This generative AI and LLMs being integrated across different tools and technologies that you use. Whether it's Google search, you'll get a standard generative AI answer, which is a quick compilation of the probably the top first page or something. You're trying Microsoft Doc or Google Doc or Google Sheets and slides, and you'll get recommendations powered by generative AI. A lot of different folks and a lot of different providers like GPT, Microsoft, different co-pilots, etc., etc. They provide their own window. For instance, I've talked about Claude in the past, and Claude kind of helps you get this kind of interface that you can work with to do chats. Perplexity.ai is an interesting take on building a research tool. Now, it does offer the traditional offerings that every other LLM like GPT, Claude provides, which is a search window and the ability to upload docs in a paid mode, etc. But where it shines are some additional capabilities which I want to talk about. So, if you're in the market looking out for a research tool, trying to understand, gather your thought, this is a great starting point. I've just landed on the page. There's no sign up or anything required. You can just go to perplexity.ai and you'll be on this tool. And let's look at the features and capability. So once you hit this page, right, you can type and ask anything. So let's just ask, what is quantitative finance? All right, and I'll just ask it a question. Now, one quick side lift. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe. I talk about large language models, technology, generative AI, mlops, and software architecture. It's a wide spectrum of topics, but what I clearly try to do is share my own experience in building products around this. I do want to reach probably 2000 subscribers by the end of the month, so it will be great if you can contribute. So here's the result, and this result is very different compared to every other LLM, and I'll show a parallel response as well. So let's just put it here, and it will give you a good response as to what quantitative finance is. And in my experiences, Claude is really good comparative compared to other ones. If you have not seen my previous video, do check out. But we are going to talk about Perplexity. So the first thing it does is, and it's really connected and hooked to internet. So it has a lot of different sources that you can tag and see, and it will give you references to each of them. You can also search across images. You can also get some videos, and you can actually generate images, but that's a pro feature. So there's some sort of video recommendations, etc., that it has been able to do. It's also giving you some related topics like for conversation starters, etc. And then here's the final answer that it has. You can rewrite the answer, you can copy the answer, you can edit the query, few sources also. Let's continue and say, what are some common mathematical models used in quantitative finance? So it's going to talk to me about what are the different kind of models that are used there. And so it's very, very interesting to see that it's giving good conversation threads itself. Up top, what you can see is you can add this to a collection, and the moment you say collection, it's like a group of tabs or topics or thoughts. Quantitative finance, and yeah, I'll just create it and I'll show where it goes. So right now we are within the quantitative finance space. Now let's go back to home and go to library. What you'll see is it has all of my previous search history, but it also has the collection called quantitative finance, which essentially is the thread that I was talking about. Now I can add some thread topics in this, I can add some threads, etc. Like if I just do plus, it'll get me the answer, and it'll go in that group. So basically what it's doing is it's giving me a way to organize the conversations and thoughts into different tab group, or think of them as tabs. You can create collections, you can make them shareable, you can keep them secret. All of that is possible. You can probably just add emojis, and you can even add additional prompts to collections. So for example, you want to organize things certain way, or you want to get a summary every time. I don't know, there's a lot of different prompts that you can throw in, and it can help you keep that persona or keep that structure of responses fixed. So it's kind of adding additional layer on top of it. You can obviously do more RAG in architectures, like you can attach documents, you can attach PDFs, etc. Uh, I will just try to attach a PDF. Let's do some probably simple research paper. Let's see what it does. You can switch to a pro mode, and in free version there are some limitations like three or four pro modes that you can do. But pro allows you to hop off different language models, and I'll talk about what models. So now it's giving me what are the key insights, what are the authors. So basically it has scanned through the document and it's giving me some interesting prompt, like it's giving me prompt back, right? And when you do a pro search, this is very very good area that it pops up. It gives you ability to ask a specific question, like what specific topic or field are you interested in. Let's say I just say healthcare and send it. So basically what it's going to do is it's going to take my query, take this specific keyword, and then build the answer around it. So it does go to different sources apart from my document, but it does all of these different steps. It understands the question, it reads the file, it reads the response, searches the web, and then builds an answer, which is really really uh, you know concise information that you can use to do your research. And again, I can add more images to this, which is based on search. I can do some videos, etc., etc., and all of that is possible. So that's the take on this part of pro. If you look at pricing, what it opens up it is if you have paid version, you can do GPT-4, Claude 3, etc., and it will give you a more number of searches, like pro searches, like 300 per day. You can do unlimited file uploads, and you also get $5 of monthly credit for your text generation API. And they have their own LLM to support that. It's called yeah, PPLX 7B online and PPLX 70 billion online models, which is which really leverage information from Perplexity search index and the public internet. So essentially what's happening is Perplexity.ai is very, very internet aware. It's aware of the context and question that you are trying to ask, and it gives you a very nice research tool in a nifty, easy to use UI to build around. They also have a playground, which I'm not too sure what it's about, but it's really fast. What is this tool? It's not really giving me good answers, but it just gives some standard random stuff. Maybe this is an area where they are trying to optimize certain areas, and you can change these different models. Like I can probably ask a question again. What is this tool? And maybe it will give me a different answer. Okay, no, so similar answer, but I don't know what the labs and playground are. But this is the core tool that they are bringing to the game. You can always go to discover tabs. Not sure why. Yeah, you can always go to discover tabs, and it will give you interesting insights into the space that you talk about. And I think this automatically keeps on getting updated, and these are basically built on top of different news articles, RSS, etc. I'm not sure how they uh, populate it, but it's probably built by a bot, and you can hopefully fine tune the bot a little bit more to tailor the discoverability to your likings and the areas in which you are interested around. And that will make it really interesting. So yeah, that's Perplexity.ai, and a very very interesting tool for doing research. If you are do check it out. If you have already used it, please put in your comments. And until the next video, thank you for watching.